everyone, welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much guys for coming back. My name is Cynthia. If you're here for the first time, you're welcome to the family. And to my returning subscribers, you guys are absolutely welcome. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing us how to make this illusion neck off shoulder dress with a ruffle at the upper part, and I think this is illusion neck. There's a V part here. So that's what we're going to be making today. So these are the items we need for this tutorial. I have a 1.5 meters of a black fabric here. This is a Duffy satin. So I have about 1.5 yards of organza fabric. You can use any color of your choice. I'm making it for a client, and this is the color she choose. And I will be using this mesh or skin net to cover up the V neckline or illusion neckline. So let's get started. So I'll go ahead and make the off-shoulder dress before we add the ruffles to it. So I have my fabric folded into two. I'm cutting out the front and the back together. This is the back and this is the front. This is my zipper allowance, 1.5 inches. So I've marked out some lines here. I will go through the lines. Because it's an off-shoulder dress, I will minus 6 inches for the off-shoulder. So I place my tape like so to minus the 6 inches. And this ½ inch is my sewing allowance for the upper part. This is the armhole measurement. That is where I'll be placing the bust measurement. Yeah, that's the chest line. So I'll still minus 6 inches. This is the waist measurement, 17.5 inches. So this is the hip measurement. From waist to hip is 8.5 inches. And the full length is 53 inches plus sewing allowance. So go ahead and place the measurement. Our shoulder measurement is 14 inches. Divided by 2 is 7 inches. I will add ½ inch for sewing allowance. That's 7.5 inches. We'll go to the chest line here. That's the armhole. And mark the same thing here. I will take it up. I'll place the measurement here, then make a curve here. A quarter of our bust measurement is 10.25. I will add 1.5 inches for sewing allowance. And make a curve here. From here I went inside by 1 inch, then I'll connect it to make this. This is the waistline. I will place a quarter of our waist measurement here. Our waist measurement is 35 inches. Divided by 4 is 8.75. I'll mark 8.75 here. I will add 1.5 inches for sewing allowance and add 1 inch for that. So I will go to the hip line and place a quarter of a hip measurement here. A quarter of a hip measurement is 11 inches. I will add 1.5 inches for sewing allowance. So I will go to the bottom side. Measure what I have here. This is the hip line. I will measure what I have here and minus 1.5 inches and place it here. So I have 12.5 inches here. I will minus 1.5 inches from this 12.5 inches and place the remaining one here. The remaining one is 11 inches. I will place 11 inches here. It's a pencil dress, so I want it very curvy, and we're not cutting the half length. So I'll go ahead and connect the lines. I will connect it right from the chest line to the waistline, from the waist to the hip. So right from the hip, I will take it to the lower part. If you look at the picture very well, this chest line here is straight. That's the neckline. So I'm not going to be cutting out anything out from here. I will only cut out the illusion neck. So I will go ahead and cut it out. So I'll bring out the front part out. To cut out the illusion neck, I will go down by 6 inches, right from here. I will mark 6 inches the length. I will go to the side and mark 1.5 inches. I will make a line here. So I'll go ahead and cut it out. I'm going to cover this place up. I will use this to cut out the skin net. Add 1/2 inch allowance to this side here. This is the front part. I will use facing to turn here, the neckline. Sew it right from the front side and then take it to the other side. If you like, you can bring the back one a little bit down. And just take it and sew. So this back side, I went down by 1.5 inches. Now we cut out this for the illusion neck. So I'm going to be adding this part back. I'll be using the skin net to replace it. I use this to replace the black fabric. So I'll place it like so. Then I stitch it. So that's it for this side. So I'll be cutting out the sleeve. I folded the fabric into 2. The sleeve length is 27 inches. I will add 1 inch for sewing allowance. That's 28 inches. So I will place my tape like so, still minus the 6 inches to cut out the 28 inches. So this is 28 inches. I added about 5.5 inches extra to it. I will be folding this up. So instead of me cutting it out, I will fold it up like so. So let me show you the one in the picture. If you look at it here, this is double. The lower part here is double. And we're going to be creating a channel for the strap. It's either you create a channel or you add a elastic to it. I will use this to fold it up. And for the lower part, I'm leaving it like so. Because by the time you add the strap inside, it will gather it a little bit here. So the lower part, I have 14 inches here. So we go to the upper part. I will use the simplest method to cut out the off-shoulder sleeve, the upper part. I've explained this part to you guys. I will go ahead and explain this other part. To cut out the off-shoulder sleeve, you will measure her round shoulder measurement and minus the body, that's the front and the back. You minus it. The remaining part will be for the sleeves. Her round shoulder measurement is 45 inches. Remember, her shoulder is 14 for the front and 14 for the back, excluding the sewing allowance, which is 28 inches. You have to minus the body, that's the front and the back, from the round shoulder measurement in order to cut out the sleeves. So 45 minus 28 inches is 17 inches. I will divide the 17 inches by 2 because we have 2 sleeves. 17 divided by 2 is 8.5 inches. So I'll be using 8.5 inches for each sleeves. So right on this place, because the fabric is folded into 2, I will still divide the 8.5 inches by 2. 8.5 divided by 2 is 4 1/4. So I'm at 4 1/4 here. She want me to add little gather to this upper part. I will add 3.5 inches to it. I will use the 1/2 inch for sewing allowance and 3 inches for the gather. I will mark 3.5 inches here. This is what we need now. So I will use the armhole side. That's the simplest method I'm using. I will grab the dress, place it here and use it to cut out this armhole for the sleeve. So this is the dress. I will place it like so. So this is what I need for the sleeve. I will go ahead and cut this side out. So this is the off-shoulder sleeve. We have cut out these. I will do the same thing for the other sleeve side. So we are done with the cutting. What we are going to do is to put the fabric together. What I'm going to do is to hem this part here. I will hem it before attaching the organza to it. I will be cutting out the organza later on. I will take 1/4 inch twice, hem this side, hem this side. I'll use the facing to turn this neckline here. So I will hem the back neckline and attach the zip to the back side. So guys, I finished hemming the neckline. I've also attached the zip to the back side. I've marked out my dart. Before we join the fabric together, I will sew my dart. I will stitch it here, stitch this side and stitch the back side. So for this front part here, this illusion neck, I'll go ahead and cover it with this mesh fabric or skein net. I sew a 1/4 of an inch on the edge here, inside. Same thing on this side. So this folded edge will go to the upper part. So I will use the facing, the wrong side, to cover this side I stitch. This is the skein net. So I went down by 1 inch. So I will use a 1/4 of an inch to stitch it. So after I've done that, I will join the front and the back together. Right side facing right side. For the back side, I left about 8 inches open. This is the back slit. Because it's a fitted dress, I have to leave this place open so she can walk freely. So I will go ahead and stitch this side. Remember, 1.5 inches is our sewing allowance. I will stitch it like so and bring it to the down part. I will do the same thing for this side. I will take 1.5 inches, take it all the way to the bottom part. So guys, I finished joining the front and the back together. This is the dart. I also hem the bottom part. We are done with the dress. I will set it aside. So we'll go ahead and work on the sleeves and the upper part. I will take one of the sleeves. Remember, I said I will be folding this like so. So I will go ahead and stitch this side up. I will stitch it like this. Use a 1/4 of an inch to stitch it like so. So after I've done that, I will turn it to the right side. So this is the stripe. What I will do is to go to the right side. So I will take a 1/4 of an inch on both sides to have a neat finish work. You fold it like this, fold it inside like this, fold this side, fold this side. So this is the case. We are trying to create a case or a channel for the rope to go inside. The rope will pass through this channel. So I'll place it like so. I'll make sure I start from here. I won't stitch it right from here. I will start sewing it right from here, minus the sewing allowance, because after stitching it, I will use this for sewing allowance. By the time I use that for sewing allowance, I will have this place will be open for the rope to go through. Stitch it on top of here, just right on the right side. Right, so guys, I've finished stitching it. So this is the right side. This is the case. We're done with this. What we're going to do next is to make a little gather here. Remember, this upper part, one side is 8.5 inches. So I will gather it up to 8.5 inches. Turn it like so. And use 1 inch to join the sleeve together. So guys, I finished stitching the sleeve. So I will go ahead and attach this to the armhole. I've already attached the other side. You can make your stripe or rope. So this is 1.5 inches. You cut as long as you want. So you stitch it. Also make sure the rope will go through the case. So I will use my safety pin to insert the rope. Before you make the gather here, this upper part, make sure you hem it. You use 1/2 inch to hem this upper part before making the gather. So this will go through this side. This side is open. As you can see, this side is open and this side is open. I will just pass it through there. What we are going to do is to attach the sleeve to the armhole. So we match the side seam together, right side facing right side. I will take this part, match it to this side. Take this side, match it to the back side. I will use 1/2 inch to stitch them together. So we now go ahead and cut out the ruffles. The dress is looking beautiful already. Remember I said her round shoulder is 45 inches. This side is 14 inches, the back is 14 inches, that's 28 inches. And this is 17 inches, making it 45 inches. So let me see if it's up to 45 inches. Yeah, exactly 45 inches. So we are going to use the 45 inches to cut out the ruffles. I'm going to times 45 by 3 because I'm making a plate. So this is the ruffle. I folded into 2. Folded into 2 is 4 inches. So when you open it, you have 8 inches. Organza is very light, so I'm going to be folding it into 2. I fold it into 2. I have 4 inches plus sewing allowance. The length is times 3 of the round shoulder measurements, and the wideness is 4 inches. So what we are going to do is to plait this round the shoulder. So I'm not going to be adding anything to this part here, this illusion neck. I will start plaiting it right from here. I will pleat it around the shoulder, both the sleeve. I will just eyeball it, pleat it like so. So I'll pleat it like so. I will still pleat it around the sleeve. I will tuck it inside like so. It will be inside the sleeve, so long as I've stitched up the sleeve already. So I will stitch it around. When I get to this place, I will hem this side, pleat it up to here, close to the zip, about 1/4 inch away from here or 1/2 inch away from the zip. Don't forget to stitch up this place before pleating it. Remember I folded into 2, so make sure you stitch up this place before you start pleating it. So guys, this is the finished look. I finished attaching the ruffles to it. This is the bottom part. It's on the back side. This is the back. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next one. Please, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share. If you're here for the first time, please subscribe, like. Thank you so much, guys. I will see you in my next one. I'm so tired. Love you. Bye.